Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe. So if you want to see how I created these set of nails that I drew on a piece of paper, stay tuned. What I have in front of me is a practice hand that I use to practice acrylic nails, and this practice hand uses two set of nail tips, and I'm basically taking my cuticle pusher and trying to split them apart so I can do a new set. And the only thing that's holding these two nail tips together is just a piece, like some sticky stuff. So it's not too hard to split them apart. But all I have to do is try to get my cuticle pusher in between those two nails and kind of just move it around and then pull the nail off. So if for whatever reason you pull off both of the nail tips, that's completely fine. All you would have to do is just add some sort of liquid to the cuticle beds and then add some glue and the first nail tip. But I don't want to do that because then it will take more time. So I found it easier to just go in through the back, and you're also able to see what you're splitting apart. So it's just a lot easier that way. And I'm going to be doing that to the rest of the nails. So let me tell you a little about this practice hand that I purchased. This is a Vita Bella practice hand. It's supposed to be a realistic hand, as you can see. And I purchased this kit for $189 flat. And it comes with the hand comes in it. And this is a true tone color. There's different types of skin colors. It comes with a hand, a realistic finger, with a primer, with the easy tape, some nail tips, some rings, and I believe that's all. But it's really cute. So far I'm loving it. I mean, it's really cute. It's easy to use. And I thought that this hand was going to be flying all over the place because I've seen some hands that are not so heavy. This is actually my first practice hand. So I'm quite picky, and I didn't want to buy a hand that was going to be light. So I don't know. I just seen videos that some girls have complained that that it's the hand is light, and I was like, no, I don't want to buy that. But this hand is pretty heavy, so when you lay it down, it won't move too much. So I mean, I like it. I really do. Um the only problem I've had with this hand is that when I was trying to get a good picture, I was moving the fingers around and the like a piece of metal popped out of the cuticle pocket from the thumb. But in the instructions, it does say not to be moving it around like that, so it was my fault. So after that, I grabbed some alcohol and sprayed it in a piece of paper towel, and that's how I was able to remove all that sticky stuff that the easy tape left from splitting those two nails apart. And after that, now I am grabbing my easy tape and then just grabbing a small layer of that and kind of just putting it sideways on the nail beds. And I'm just simply grabbing a small piece, putting it sideways, and the instructions, it does say not to put like a big amount, like cover the whole nail beds, because then it will be hard to stick the nail tips in the cuticle pockets. So after I'm done doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of give it like a small massage so that tape can adhere to the natural nail of the practice hand. And then once we have that nice and adhere to the practice hand's nail beds, then we're gonna remove it with some tweezers. All right, so if you see that sticky stuff is coming off with the paper, then just press it back onto the nail bed and it'll stick onto the nail. and then you can just pull it off and you'll see that it did adhere to the nail beds. Alright, so after that I'm going to grab the nail box, and I'm going to put the second set of nail tips onto this practice hand. So this practice hand already has one set of nail tips, and that's why you see one. That means that was the first nail set that I put on the practice hand. So on the second set of nail tips, it does say to put one size up. So for the P, I put pinky 1. So on the second set of nail tips, I have to put a one size up, which is 8. And then for the ring finger, I do the same thing. I put a size up. And if you can see, I stuck it like kind of wrong, so the nail tip didn't completely go inside the cuticle pocket. But that's completely fine. You can always trim it with some clippers, some nail clippers. So it's important that you put it in like without touching that sticky stuff until it's all the way in there to your desired length, and then you can go ahead and just press on it so it can stick to that sticky stuff. So again, I put a size up, and then I am just simply kind of just sliding it in through the cuticle pocket, and then once it's inside the cuticle pocket, then I'm going to press it so it can stick onto the sticky stuff, to the tape. So also don't forget to put in the nail tips backwards. That's how the instructions say to put them in. And now I am just trimming this nail, and then I'm just going to simply file it so it can remove the sharpness. Alright, so after that, I am basically done prepping this hand, so then I can start the real practice. So I'm just going to push the cuticles back and then grab my e-file and file around the cuticle area to remove the shine away from the natural nail of my practice hand. So if you're a beginner, don't forget to always just keep in mind that you're working with a real hand, or pretend that this is a real hand. So be very careful and very gentle, and so basically I just file around the cuticle area, and in my head I count 1 2 3, then I move from that area 1 2 3 1 2 3, and just keep moving around. So if you stay in a place for too long, you might burn somebody or cut somebody. Like I said before this practice hand, I used to use my hand as a practice hand, and so I know what it feels like. I wanted to get that 100% experience, because a practice hand is not going to tell you if it hurts, if you're hurting it, or if you're burning it, or if you cut it and stuff like that. So it's also important that you practice with your own hand, so you can kind of feel how, if you're adding too much pressure on the file or the e-file. So I just think that's important. And also keep in mind that I do kind of skip certain steps on this practice hand, because I don't want to spend too much time, since I only have a certain amount of time to practice on this, because I do have kids inside the house. I'm trying to work as fast as possible, but I'm also trying to leave things as perfect as I can. So I'm like trying to be super focused and just give it my all. So I didn't push the cuticles back, but if you're a beginner, of course, you have to practice on pushing the cuticles back, and then filing around the cuticle area to remove the shine. And then if you have a hard time trying to figure out which nail tips to put on your nail beds from sidewall to sidewall, like in the beginning I had a hard time just trying to find the right size. Like I thought like this one might be too small, or this one might be too big. Well, always go for the biggest size, because you can always file it down. But if it's too small, if you have to press it to kind of make it fit, then that's too small, and that at the end of the day, that's gonna pop off or lift. So make sure you just try to work on those things. If you're having trouble, like sometimes I would also end up having like my nail tips crooked. um Make sure that you're holding the finger down and it's like perfectly straight, and just focus on what you do all the time so you can try and catch that mistake and correct it and get better. So after I'm done gluing these nail tips, then I'm going to, well, you're supposed to kind of file that nail tip to make it blend in with the natural nail, but I am also going to skip that step. And the only thing I'm going to do is kind of file the sidewalls from the middle finger, because as you noticed, that one was a little too big, so I had to file it down a little bit. And now I have to file it down from the sides so the it can fit perfectly from sidewall to sidewall. So I just want to tell you like why I'm skipping certain steps, and the reason is because I have kids in the house and I only have like a certain amount of time to practice, but I'm trying to go in and leave it as perfect as I can, and just try to work on like every little thing. Like if I make a mistake next time, I'm gonna try to not make the same mistake again. But I know it's hard, and if you're a stay-at-home mom, I just want to say that you can do it. You just gotta try different. Like sometimes my schedule is like all over the place, but I still try to get in a video. Or sometimes it takes me about 2 or 3 days to make a video. Like sometimes I would prep it in one day, or the second day I would lay my acrylic, the third day file. Sometimes it is like that when you have kids and you don't have a lot of time to put in, to your nails. Or not, it's not just this. I mean, it can be something else that you want to do, but you always have to find time and try to work on it. So that's what I do. And I also want to tell you that whenever I start doing my nails, I put my kids in the living room. I turn the ceiling fan on, and once I'm completely like set up, like I have my nail prepped, I pull everything out. That's when I pull my monomer, like when I'm like ready to start, because I don't want that smell to stay inside the house because of the kids. And I also bought this odor out strawberry that it's supposed to remove the odor smell from the monomer, and it does. This has helped a lot. And let me just tell you that now my house, like my kids can't even tell that I do nails. They would come home from school and they would complain, but now they don't even notice that I did nails. So I put my kids in the living room, turn the ceiling fan on. They're like fed and everything, just ready to go to bed. I go straight into my kitchen. I got everything set up, and then I go in, lay my acrylic down. Then after that, I throw in the napkin where I have the monomer, where I clean my brush. Once I'm done doing that, I throw that outside, open my door, turn the fan on, and the smell goes away like super fast, you guys. So I just want to give you guys a tip that does work, and you guys could do it. So this is the paper that I drew my nails, and so I basically already know what I want. So now that my practice hand is ready, I'm going to lay my acrylic down. It's kind of hard for me to explain to you guys how I lay my acrylic because I'm a self-taught nail tech, but I'm going in with a medium bead, and just try to, it's gonna be kind of hard in the beginning if you're a beginner to kind of get the hang of the liquid and the powder, but um, just keep, going, don't stop, practice every single day. So I learned how to liquid to powder ratio from V That's channel. That really did help me a lot. I did watch a lot of videos from a lot of YouTubers, but I feel like the way she explained it, I kind of got it. And now I'm picking up my beats like that, but I'm not exactly, because I still want to, make, because like let me just tell you what works for like what works for me is not going to work for you. So I did learn how to pick up my beads like that, how V explained it, but I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to grab more acrylic than that, and I don't really like just like laying it and like brushing it downwards. I like to grab like big thick pieces and kind of just brush it downwards. I kind of like that style on flat nails, but when it's like different type of nails, like short curvy nails, I feel like that would work. Like when you lay a medium bead and you just lay it right to create that apex, and then you just brush it downwards. And I like it on certain type of nails, so I I'm working on like how to work on how to lay your acrylic on different type of nail tips, if that makes any sense. So I'm grabbing medium beads on these long flat nails. These are non-C extra long nails. And yeah, I believe that these are coffin nails. So I am just grabbing medium beads and trying to like gently brush it downwards. And once I feel that my brush is getting stuck to the acrylic, and that's because you have acrylic on your brush, so you want to clean that off on the napkin. And then if you feel that your acrylic is drying, you gotta just quickly add a little bit of monomer onto that acrylic so it won't dry, and you're able to kind of just mold it. So I'm gonna let you guys watch. I know I'm talking a lot, but I just feel like you know, if you want to learn, then maybe I can help you. So yeah, you guys, I'll let you guys watch as I lay my acrylic. So I haven't really put music on my videos because I was getting copyrighted, and I haven't found any music that I really like. Mostly the music that I put in my old videos is music that like it's all right. I don't really like, but I felt like the video was boring and I had to put some music. So I haven't found anything that I like yet. I was using some, what was the name of that app? But it was a like a famous app that has a lot of music. But I feel like that was too much. It was about how much I was paying, like 15 something a month for music, and I didn't like the music, so I was like, I'm not gonna pay for that. So I don't know, I'm just trying to find the right music. So hang in there with me. Don't go anywhere. If you're here, let me know, drop a comment, let me know you're still here. Um and don't forget to share my videos, and it'll really help if you like my video too, if you like it. So yeah, you guys, that's the reason why I don't have any music right now. I just haven't found something that I really like, because I don't just want to put music out there that I don't like, because if I don't like it, I'm pretty sure other people won't either. Um, so I'm really excited that I'm getting better on laying my acrylic, and I'm able to control it more now. So yeah, you guys, let me know if you're still here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll be right back. So basically I grabbed a small bead and put it around the cuticle area, like a hair length away from the cuticle area. And once I lay it, if it's too wet and it slides all over the place, that means that you're grabbing a really wet bead and you need less monomer. So if it's too dry, then you're not gonna be able to kind of just spread it or kind of brush it down. So um it just takes time, you guys. So once I lay my small bead near the cuticle area, I kind of just quickly just brush it downwards slowly once I have that perfect thickness that I want. And again, if you're a beginner and you're like wondering, oh, how thick am I supposed to leave the nails? Well, I've heard from a lot of girls that do have their nail license that you're supposed to leave, and I've also searched it up. You're supposed to leave the nails like the 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 right thickness of a credit card. Like if you ever seen a credit card and you see the thickness of that credit card, like that's how you're supposed to leave the nails. But in reality, everybody has a different style, so it just depends on your client. So if you have a client that likes thick nails, then you do them the thick nails. If you have a client that wants thin nails, then do them thin nails, because everybody has a different style, and I just think that there's like no way that, you know, one style is wrong or one style is right. So there is no wrong or right on that. In the beginning I was confused and I was all like, well, how thick am I supposed to leave them? But in reality, just look at your nails, like your natural nails. How thin are they? They're thin. But then again, if you want long nails, you might want them a little thick just so they won't break. But like me, I don't like super, super thick nails. I used to in the beginning, but then I was like, no, that's too extreme. And I guess I kind of do change them all the time. Like sometimes I do like them thick, sometimes I like them thin. But I guess it just depends, on the occasion. So I basically laid a clear acrylic on the pinky nail and on the index finger. And for the middle finger, I'm going to be using a Valentino pastel color, which is like light blue. And this acrylic, I purchased it from, it was like semi new. So yeah, you guys, I purchased their pastel colors, which I end up loving. The only thing that I don't really like about this brand is that it dries super fast. And as a beginner, this is not the way to go, because in the beginning you don't really know how to control the acrylic, and you take forever to try to mold it, and it dries as like you're trying to mold it. It's like dried, and I'm like, what the hell, like that's the only thing I don't like about that. But other than that, now that I have more experience, I have no problem working with it. I would totally like buy more, but again, it's a little too pricey for me right now. But yeah, you guys. So now I am just grabbing a small bead and then placing it right on the bottom of it, and kind of just brushing it upwards so it can mix in with the first bead. All right, so as you can see, I'm not laying the acrylic super perfect, but you don't have to worry about that, because I can always just correct it with the e-file. But again, my goal is to leave everything as perfect as I can. Um, but if you're not able to do that, no worries, because you can always fix that with the e-file. You can do that with the hand file too, but it just takes a lot longer. So I do recommend, if you're a beginner, to don't be afraid to start using an e-file, because I actually, in the beginning when I first started, you guys, I'm not gonna lie, um, I started right away with the e-file. Um, I was a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. I was scared, but I was actually also excited and I wanted to learn fast. I did burn myself a couple of times, but it was totally worth it. It's better that I hurt my own hand than, a client's hand. And I didn't hurt it too bad, okay? It was just like a scratch. But yeah, you guys, as you can tell, this acrylic does dry fast, but no worries, because like I said, you can always file it down with an e-file. And what I'm doing is just trying to make sure I don't leave any gaps, and make sure that I also don't have like big patches all over the place. So I'm just trying to mix everything in together. So for the for the ring finger, I'm going to kind of just use this same color of blue, and kind of make it like ombre with the clear acrylic. And then after that, I'm just going to e-file off camera, because I don't want to take a long time, you guys. And I do have to pause in between this recording to kind of just feed my baby. So I take that time to stop, feed my baby. And then once I have them settled down again, I come in, e-file, hand file, buff, and then clean my nails, and then I'll be right back, okay? Alright, you guys, so I'm grabbing a medium clear bead acrylic and kind of just placing it there, and then slowly and gently kind of get it back into place. But at the same time, with the tip of my acrylic brush, I'm just going to brush it downwards. And then if I feel that my acrylic brush is getting sticky, then I clean it off. And if I feel that my acrylic is dry, then I just um kind of dip my brush into the monomer to get it wet, and kind of get it to slide more down. So alright, so now I'm grabbing a wet small bead, and just kind of brush it downwards so it can look like it's like faded in. And well, I had a hard time in the beginning trying to learn to do ombre with acrylic, because I couldn't get like the right acrylic in this certain type of texture. But You basically have to kind of have your first bead wet, like the part that you're gonna mix down or brush down. It has to be a little bit on more on the wet side than the dry side, because if you're trying to brush the acrylic down and your acrylic is too dry, then it won't look faded into the nails. It'll just look kind of, you'll be able to see a line and not a fade. So just keep that in mind. And then again, I'm grabbing a small bead and then kind of just laying it a hair length away from the cuticles and then kind of just brushing it downwards. But I'm trying to make sure that I don't cover the whole nail, because this is a clear acrylic that I laid on the bottom of the nail tip, and I want that to stay clear. And yeah, you guys, so I noticed that my the blue acrylic wasn't as faded as I wanted, so I grabbed another wet bead. And again, I wanted this to be a wet bead, so I kind of just like faded into the nail so it could look like an ombre, so it can have an ombre effect. And again, you can practice on this as much as you want. Like if you feel that it needs to be more ombre, you can just try to fix it your way. But again, make sure that that bead is a little bit more on the wet side than on the dry side. And it also can be too wet, because then you'll just brush off all the acrylics. So that's why it kind of takes time for you to get the hang of the acrylic. But practice makes perfect. All right, you guys, so then after I am done doing that, I am going to um add some clear acrylic on top of that, basically just to protect that ombre look, so I won't file it off when it's time to e-file, and to correct all the lumps and bumps that I have. So I don't want to file that ombre look, so that's why I'm going to encapsulate this, and I'm going to add a clear acrylic on top of this nail to protect that layer of that ombre effect. So after that, I'm going to as soon as I'm done using my acrylic, or as soon as I'm done practicing with my acrylic, this is exactly what I do. Okay, I clean my dappen dish, I clean my brush, and then I throw that paper towel away. I put it inside a bag and I throw it out the house, because I don't want that smell to stay in the house. Because as soon as I'm done, I'm trying to get rid of that smell, because I don't want the house to have that monomer smell. So I do that, and then I clean around the area with alcohol to remove that smell. I turn my ceiling fan on that's right on top of me, and I open my door and I turn my AC on, so the smell goes away super fast. So that's another tip that I wanted to give to all the ladies that do nails at home. So you guys, I'm going to quickly show you guys how I hand file the sidewalls. So I gotta make sure that I add pressure to the areas that I want to file, and if I feel that I need to file the tip more, then I just would add pressure on the tip. And you also gotta remember that acrylic does sometimes fall like on the sides, so you gotta file under the nail too. Then after that, I am going to show you how I turn the hand over to kind of just file the tip of the nail in the client's perspective. And then I'm going to also show you how I e-file around the cuticles. But again, I am just trying to explain things as best as I can. So maybe you can understand how I did it, and maybe I can help you, so now I'm just grabbing this is a extra fine cuticle bit from Pana. This works really, really good, and I really do love using this. But the only thing I don't like about this is that it's a safety bit, and it doesn't let me get too close to the cuticle area. So that's why I had to buy me a 5-in-1 drill bit from Not Polished that I love. So yeah, you guys, once I'm done filing around the cuticle area, I go ahead and file vertically, which is just like downwards. And I look at my nail from side to side, and also from the bottom. And if I see that there's lumps or bumps, then I just perfect that with the e-file. And this e-file, I have it on the lowest. So this is basically on the lowest that it can go to. Again, because I am just trying to work nice and neat and leave everything as perfect as I can. And I've noticed if I try to get ahead of myself, like turn my file up, then I might file too much. Then I would have to add more acrylic, and I don't want that, because again, I just got rid of that monomer smell. Alright, you guys, so then after I'm done doing that, I'm going to reshape again, because sometimes when you e-file, your nails lose shape because everything was out of place. So now I'm just going to reshape again. Then I'm going to buff off camera, and again, I am turning the hand over to kind of just file it down to file it in the client's perspective. Alright, then after that, I just grab my duster and dust everything off, and now I'm just grabbing some alcohol and kind of just cleaning around the nails to remove all that dust. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to explain. Let me know if you're still here, drop a comment. And now after that, I'm just going to basically just try to draw like some circles around these nails, and I'm just going to try to do it with a nail brush. But I just wanted to try to see if it was gonna work with a nail brush instead of those little art dots that that's a lot easier to do. But I just really wanted to try it with a brush, but I'm using this Macart nail tool that I purchased semi new off. It was on OfferUp, and I bought it when I first started doing nails. So I'm using this Young Nails Precision Mission Control gel. So yeah, you guys, I hope you guys like my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And one more tip before you guys do any nail artwork, please add some top gel, matte or glossy. It doesn't matter which one you add, but try to cover that your nails with some gel, because it's just a lot smoother to work with. So I decided to just start doing that. I don't know why I didn't do that at first if I already knew it, it worked. I kind of just wanted to try it. But yeah, you guys, before you guys do any artwork, just try to add some gel on top of that. It doesn't matter if it's matte or gel. At the end, you can always just change it back to matte or the glossy type. So again, I hope you guys like my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if you understand what I'm talking about. And again, drop a comment. So don't forget to share, you guys, and I do apologize for the noise, and I know I sound kind of sleepy, but I'm trying to get this video in. I had to do some stuff earlier, and I couldn't, like, I always try to leave, like, as a mom, I try to always make time for the kids, for the house. I hardly have time for myself, so to get this video in and then to do voiceovers, it's kind of hard to keep the kids down. So right now it's 12:35 and it's a Saturday, and my kids went to bed a little late, so I barely had time to put this video in. So yeah, you guys, this is it's hard when you have kids, to do videos and record and all that, but like they say, querías tener hijos. But yeah, you guys, I hope you guys like my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And to all the moms out there, just know that you're not alone. It's hard for everybody, but you gotta keep pushing and don't quit, don't give up, keep going.